Hello, my country people. Welcome back to the news. I know the resignation of Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo will come as a shock to many, but also some might not be too surprised over his recent move. But then, Kenneth Okonkwo made some statements against Peter Obi, where he cited his disappointment with the party's internal crisis and the failure of Peter Obi to address these crises. In return, the Labour Party has said that the resignation of its former presidential campaign spokesperson, Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo, did not come as a surprise to them. The party condemned the actor-turned-politician for attacking its former presidential candidate Peter Obi, describing it as attention-seeking. In a statement issued earlier, Kenneth Okonkwo said that he had ended his political association with the party and with Peter Obi. And Kenneth Okonkwo defected to the Labour Party on August 24th, 2022, a month after resigning from the All Progressive Congress over the party's Muslim ticket. But then, Kenneth Okonkwo at the time said he joined Labour Party to promote good governance and a new Nigeria. So, my country people, Kenneth Okonkwo recently cited his disappointment with the party's internal crisis and with the failure of Obi to address this crisis. According to him, it is expected for a presidential candidate to be willing to fight and to ensure he is sworn in as the president and not watch while his victory is taken away from him. But also, let's not forget that Peter Obi is not the only presidential candidate in the 2023 election. Atiku Abubakar was also a presidential candidate. The likes of Omoyele Sowore was a presidential candidate. And also Rabiu Kwankwaso was a presidential candidate. Others were presidential candidates. But I've just mentioned like the three major presidential candidates we had in the 2023 elections. Peter Obi tried his best to approach the court to secure his mandate. It did not work out. Atiku also approached the court to retrieve his stolen mandate. It did not work out. Rabiu Kwankwaso, did not really approach the court because he knew quite well that the election was rigged. So the NNPP kind of dragged their feet to the court. But we started seeing some crisis in the Labour Party after the 2023 general elections. And yet, Peter Obi, couldn't really handle this crisis. But also, let's not forget that the PDP is also facing crisis. What happened in the People's Democratic Party? Wike betrayed Atiku. Wike created the G5 governors. They also, caused a lot of troubles in the party. Till date, the People's Democratic Party are still facing crisis, but Atiku has not resolved this crisis. To an extent, they've been calling for the resignation of Nyesom Wike, but Wike has not been suspended nor expelled from the party. So why would Peter Obi's case, be like a major issue? I'm sure Kenneth Okonkwo must have other reasons for leaving the party, aside dragging Peter Obi and claiming that he could not handle the party's affairs. So, my country people, Kenneth Okonkwo mentioned another fact that Obi do not have what it takes to secure his mandate because people voted for him, but he came out third in the elections. And Obi claimed that yes, he came out first, but his mandate was stolen from him. And I'm sure Obi tried his best to get his mandate back. But we also how everything turned out. The judiciary gave their judgment and Tinubu was announced the winner of the elections. Kenneth Okonkwo also emphasized that the president must be willing to be forefront of such endeavors and do not allow his followers to lead. However, the National Publicity Secretary of the Labour Party, Obiora Ifo, in a statement on Sunday, said that Kenneth Okonkwo's resignation from the party did not come as a surprise, and also his attack on the party's leader, Obi, is rather unfortunate. However, we will continue not to dignify him with any response as we understand his attention-craving attitude knows no bound. If you recall, recently, a former Director General of the party's presidential campaign organization resigned and joined the APC only last week. a former deputy director of the presidential campaign organization, also resigned and joined the APC. Today, it is the turn of Kenneth Okonkwo, who was a former member of the APC and smuggled himself into the presidential campaign. So his destination is already known to us. So the Labour Party has indirectly described Kenneth Okonkwo as a mole, saying his exit from the party was not surprise. It was not surprising. And we also wish to note here that the party is aware of few other persons who are planted as moles, who are presently instigating crisis within the party, who have unsuccessfully attempted to hijack the party for the use of their paymasters. And we've urged them to act fast and to do the needful before they will be exposed and kicked out of the party. So guys, what are your thoughts on this? I mean, this actor, this lawyer, and also a politician, Kenneth Okonkwo, has been a man that has stood by Peter Obi during the 2023 elections. But this is not the first time someone is leaving Obi's camp. Doyin Okupe left Peter Obi's camp. Kenneth Okonkwo left Peter Obi's camp. Other people are leaving Peter Obi's camp. So it seems that they have sensed some kind of disunity in the party, and they feel that this disunity, this crisis would not be resolved. So that's why they are leaving the party. But in the case of Doyin Okupe and Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo, it has drawn reactions from a lot of Nigerians because these persons stood by Peter Obi during the elections. So now that the elections are over, it seems that everybody is finding their way. All malam to his kettle. Everybody is trying to fend for themselves. Nothing is coming to them in the Labour Party, so they are looking for a greener pasture, which is quite understandable. So we know. So my country people, the Labour Party throwing shade at Kenneth Okonkwo is not a big deal. It is expected of them to throw one or two shades at Kenneth Okonkwo for his withdrawal from the party and also from Peter Obi. But let's see how everything goes out. I mean, in politics, especially in Nigerian politics, there's no permanent enemy, there's no permanent friend. Your enemy today might be your friend tomorrow, and your friend today might be your enemy tomorrow. So that's just it. Politicians with their selfish interests. So guys, I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comments section. Thank you.